everybody, welcome back to A Sweet Journey. I am Sonia, also known as Sweets, and today, so first of all, I apologize, sort of, but maybe not. I took the weekend off, and I'm glad I did. So today, my plan is to have a special questions in quarantine session. I had T put some questions in my little cup. You're the light of the world cup. So I have questions in here. I have no idea what the questions are. So I don't know. So I am going to read the question and answer them. So that is today's session. So let us begin. Question number 1. Oopsies. What is the greatest memory you have of your dad? So I remember when I was right out of college, I decided to move to Texas. And when I moved to Texas, my life was kind of out of control. And I was pretty much like begging God to help me. I was like, God, please help, please help, please help. And the way that God helped me was introducing me to this church. And I ended up going to this church and immediately got totally immersed, gave my life to Christ. And one of the first things that I felt like I heard God, and I say heard like audible, but it wasn't an audible thing. It was totally like kind of a feeling. I felt that God was telling me to call my dad, which is very odd because my dad is a Muslim. And so I was really nervous that my dad was going to say something and it was going to be offensive. And I was really nervous about that. But I called him. I did it. And it was the best conversation I had ever had with my dad, ever. He said, "Oh, good job, baby. I'm so proud of you." And just the most beautiful conversation I've ever had with them. And it was just incredible. So, yeah, it's my favorite memory of my dad. All right, next question. What is unique about you? So I think the thing that makes me unique is that over my lifetime, I've had this ability to connect with people, and I don't necessarily know how I connect with them, but I have this ability to, like, as I'm getting to know people, something happens and people feel very, very connected to me pretty quickly. And I want to say, I think maybe it's because I'm kind of curious. I like to ask questions and I like to get to know people. And I think as a result of that, people feel they trust me with some pretty intimate things pretty early on. And I do the same thing. Like, I will share something that I think people might assume it's super personal. And like, if I'm sharing it with them, it's really intimate and that maybe like we're closer than maybe we really are. But really, I'm just like, my life is an open book and I really want to be able to share my experiences with people. And so I think that helps in connecting with people. And I think another big thing about it is that I have an intention to connect with people. Like, that's my whole purpose. I want to connect with people. And I think because I have an intention to connect with people, I connect with people and I connect with them pretty well. Because I don't know that everybody lives in that space. So I don't know. There is that. Next question. If you could only provide one message in your life, what would it be? If there was only one message that I could provide in my entire life, that message would be, it would have something to do with love. Whether it is like loving people, loving yourself, loving God, like, that's my thing. I really believe that love changes things. I think that when we express love to each other, it opens up possibilities that were not existent. I think right now, while we're quarantined, you see love surfacing in different ways. And I think that what has been a really dark time for some people has been some of the greatest times that people have expressed love and care and kindness. And so I think if there was one message that I could give in my entire life, it would be to love. And as we love, it helps other people and it also helps us. I think that the more that we love, the better we are internally and externally. And so if I had one message, it would be a message of love, some message of love, and not the love of like find the love of your life, even though I think that that's helpful. I think it's wonderful to be able to find someone that you can live the rest of your life with in companionship. I think that's important. So yeah, and of course, I think that the better people are able to understand the love of God, the better people can deal with times like this. Like when people understand how much God loves them, life gets really, really good. And when we're not in a position where we're judging ourselves or we're allowing other people's judgments of us because we understand how much God loves us, we're in a good place. So anyway, love is the message. All right. Next question. What is your go-to inspiration? My go-to inspiration, it depends. Like when it comes to reading, which I guess that is a go-to inspiration. I am highly inspired by motivational articles, books, poems. I'm motivated by, or I'm inspired by listening to people who are motivational. Preachers. Like I've been listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he has been piercing my heart and motivating and inspiring me in a lot of ways. I'm also motivated by quiet time. I'm inspired by taking the time to go and pull away and have quiet alone time. And unfortunately, I've not been able to do that recently. Like I feel like I go to bed exhausted and I wake up like I've wrestled all night. And so then I get up and it's just hard for me to get started. And as a result of that, I don't go and spend the quiet time that I really, really need. And so yeah, that is, I'm inspired by inspirational people, whether it's in writing or speaking, whether it's preaching or like a speech on TED Talk or an article that I read. I received a couple of articles today that I've been reading. So anyway, that inspires me quite a bit. And Tamala Mann singing Take Me to the King. Just saying. She's phenomenal. Just there's that. All right. Next question. What is the best thing you have seen in nature? Oh, there's so many things. I want to say the Grand Canyon, like that one. I want that to be my go-to response, but I don't know if that is the best thing. So many things. I don't think I can just have one thing. I live in Colorado, and so it feels to me like daily I find the next best thing that is beautiful about Colorado. I remember just a little while ago I was talking to you all about the snow that was on the flowers, like this beautiful flowers on the trees, and then the snow that came on top of the flowers. And the other day I was sitting in front of the window and there were these ducks first thing in the morning playing in the pool. The pool is right behind the townhome, and ducks are just playing. I mean, they were just having a really good time. Another day I was sitting out on the balcony and the birds were having this full-on concert, and it was just, and I guess that's part of what inspires me too, just nature. But I was thinking when one of my first visits to Colorado, I was taken to the nature, the Botanic Gardens. It was the Botanic Gardens. And so we're walking around and we're looking, and everything was like super beautiful to me. Like it was just extraordinarily beautiful. And I went over and there was this big sunflower, and I had an iPhone like 6 at that time. And I remember I went and I got really, really close to it because I was like, do I see what I think I see? And I did. And I took a picture of it. And since then, that picture it's actually on my shelf. But it was a sunflower that had a little heart in the inside of it. And so, I don't know. The best thing that I've ever seen in nature, I discover something new. I feel like every day, because nature is just beautiful. So there's that. Two more questions. Oh, three more questions. One of them is, what is the funniest saying you ever heard from your mom? Oh my God. So for those of you who are watching this who know my mom, who knew my mom, you know that she was known for sayings. And I mean, like the best. Like, uh, excuse the pig and not the hog. Next one talk is a dirty dog. That's a saying. She would say, um, oh, it's another one. The funny thing is, what I would love is if there are family members who have sayings that my mom said, if you could put it in the comment section, that would be epic. Let Miss Cindy, like, let her blow up in the comment section for the things. My mom was just known for saying little things, and we talk about them all the time. I don't know why right now it escapes me, but uh, I think, and the question was, when is the funniest saying you ever heard from my mom? And I think I can't think of this saying. She would say, ha, here it is. Classic. Shit fire and save the matches. She would say that. Like if some people might just say shit, not Miss Cindy. Shit fire and save the matches. That's the best, funniest saying that my mom has ever said. All right, two more. What are three things that bring you joy? Oh, what brings me joy? When I hear a baby laugh, it really does bring me joy. And I know that sounds vague, but it's true. When I hear a baby like gut giggle, oh, it brings me great joy. When I see somebody get it, like when I'm in a conversation with somebody and I see a light go off, like they get it, and then like that moment causes a shift in their life, that brings me great joy. And I think the other thing is, I think, or another something that brings me joy is seeing like people connect during this time. One of the things that I have been doing is I've been trying to reach out to people and have conference calls, and I've been on some family conference calls and things. And that connection, that intentionality toward connection is really big for me. I guess you all can tell. That's my thing. All right. Last question. Past, present, dead, or alive, who would you invite to your 7-party dinner event and why? For sure, Oprah. I just have an appreciation. I know people have a lot of opinions about Oprah Winfrey. My opinion of Oprah Winfrey is that she's brilliant. I think that she is impactful. I think she just has a lot of really great ways of being. I think she's an imperfect person who uses those imperfections to teach other people, which I enjoy. Yeah, so I would love. Now I'm wondering if it's 7 people who I would invite to dinner, because that's fun. I'm gonna do that. So 7 people. If I'm at a dinner table and it's 7 people, I would invite Oprah. I would invite Michelle Obama because I think that she is fun and funny and courageous and bold, and I think that would be incredible. I would invite T because if Michelle Obama is there, there's no way that T can't be there because she loves Michelle Obama. That's a fact. So then I would invite, it's like I'm seeing them around the table. So like it's Oprah, it's Michelle, T, and then I'd invite, since we said dead or alive, and this is a little weird, but my mom would absolutely be at this table. And my oldest sister, Patty Cakes, Patricia Martin, who is deceased now, she would be at the table. So that's my party of 7. So it's Oprah, Michelle, T, my mom, Cakes, my sister Sheila, would definitely be there, and you all met her hopefully in the last video, her birthday video, but she would be there. And then Dr. Maya Angelou, oh my God. I want Toni Morrison to be there, but nobody can go. So I don't know how that goes. But definitely Dr. Maya Angelou would be there as well. So yeah. So thank you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for playing along with my questions, the questions during quarantine or quarantine questions. Or thank you so much for stopping by, and please give me a thumbs up if you like this particular video. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it, and would love for you to subscribe. So thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.